What's going on, guys? Welcome back to The Truth on today's first round coverage of the New York Giants. Hey, let's just get into it. This is something so interesting. A lot of people either go quarterback or tackle. For the first round for my mock draft pre-free agency, I went Dallas Turner edge. They actually need a couple edges on that team. I think that would be nice to have kind of really fill this roster out more. I think this would be a nice piece to have, especially because they kind of struggled to have some pressure on the edge. So I think this would be a nice one to have. With the next pick, I chose Christian Haynes, offensive guard, to fortify the interior more. I chose Trey Benson to, I guess, replace Saquon Barkley. It's going to be hard to replace Saquon Barkley, but Trey Benson to be that star for you at running back. Pick 70, I chose Peyton Willis to be that inside linebacker for you and be a great coverage back. And great back in general, super athletic, super good back, super good linebacker. So it's gonna be great for you. Mike Silstring, cornerback out of Michigan. He's 5'9", so he's shorter. 182, small. Dog, when you put the tape on though, like he gets everything. I think this is a guy who Giants fans are gonna love, and that they're gonna benefit from. Like this is a guy who looks are deceiving. This kid can play. This cat can play. Layden Robinson, offensive guard out of Texas A&M. He's going to be that second guard for them at 6'3", 302. Yeah, big guy. Josh Proctor, safety out of Ohio State, is going to finish up this mock draft with at 6'1", 199. Just to let y'all know, I wasn't able to fill every starting need. So that will need to be approached. But what happened? There we go. Basically, we're just going to get into free agents right now. The last season, the Giants were 10 with the playoff one, 10, 7-1. This season, they were 6-11. Now, the new thing that they did change with their coaching staff is they added a defensive coordinator. They changed the defensive coordinator. So hopefully that helps. But they do have a $41 million in cap, but they did release their starting guard. Mark Glanaski. So that's something to look at. There are a couple players that are kind of let's look at and see. There are some players who maybe I don't think they'll resign, but there's some players who I do think they'll resign. So go to the Giants, and then free agency 2024. And like I said before, they have a little over 41 million. They have 41 million. They have 41 million, sorry, $1,620. And here are the market values for these six players. Some pretty good players. I think, firstly, I'll be honest, rebuffing the secondary is going to be really impactful for them. I like getting the addition of Andre Jackson back on this team for your cornerback. I think he was a nice piece to have. You can address in the draft, but it is tough to find a starting corner in the draft. So minus Andre Jackson. So that's going to leave your cap with roughly around, he's going to cost you around $11,350,703 a year. That's kind of his market value. But that's going to leave with roughly almost 29 and a half, a little over 29 and a half, almost $30 million in cap. Officially, $29,650,917 left. But, that takes care of a pretty impactful need that nowadays in the NFL that's so pass heavy, it's kind of important to take care of. So, it's a necessary. It really is a necessary. And there's actually want to get into this next part. Xavier McKinney. Now, originally thinking, I thought Xavier McKinney, $10 million is fair for Xavier McKinney. Now that free agency, hasn't even hit, and if you look at it, it's kind of like, man, some of these guys aren't good. Some of these safeties aren't going to get paid. I think Xavier McKinney might be one of those guys. I think he's actually probably going to go less than $10.5 million, just because you look at I could be wrong with this. I could be totally wrong, and then I'll eat my words. But you look at it and you go, man, like how are all these guys gonna get 10 million a year, like 10 million or more a year, when JC Bates one of the best uh, safeties he got. He didn't. He's not breaking the bank. I mean, yeah, he's getting a lot of money, but he's not breaking the bank. So it's you're kind of sitting there like some of these guys are gonna get on cheap deals. Xavier McKinney could be one of those guys, and he's young too, so this would be nice for the Giants. But right now, he's gonna cost you about $10.5 million. So officially, or not really officially, but officially, he's gonna cost you 10,480,018, and this is his market value. Um, so you're gonna have roughly a little over $19 million. Officially, $19 million, 170,899. So I mean, you do take care of your safety need too. So that takes care of that. Receiver, you could resign some depth at receiver and kind of fill that back up and get Paris Campbell. That's an option you could do, or you could go in the draft. It's cheap. You do have cap left. Um, Probably, I wouldn't really expect to sign a quarterback. Maybe they could. It's possible. And then running back, I think they will go in the draft and address that with running back. But Paris Campbell is a guy who I could see coming back for them. So with that being said, I will count that as depth and then bringing him back. That's going to leave you around. It's going to give you. He's going to be about $3.5 million. So 3,532, 338. It's going to be about $15.5 million. The actual number is 15,638,561 left in cap, which is still off cap because you still have to. Well, one, you still have to sign your. You still have to pay your rookies, but also it's just like you can still splurge a little bit in the draft. You can get some rookie, you can get some veteran minimums and kind of fill out some of this roster. So with that keeping in mind, let's get into the draft and see what happens. Like usually happens post free agency, usually tends to be a better draft. Just because one, you knock out positions, and then sometimes they just fall really nicely to you. Like Brock Bowers. I will not be taking Brock Bowers because they don't need a tight end. But I'll probably go back to back Dallas Turner. I do think Dallas Turner really helps out this these defensive ends. And then reject this. I don't like doing trades because I don't know what's going to happen. Jordan Morgan's there. He's nice, but man, you'd have to. I mean, it's tough because he did go through the ACL thing, but also it's like you're probably moving him to guard or moving someone to guard. It's just like, why not just draft Christian Hayes, who's on the board right there? That's what I'll do. I'll go back to back. Man, Xavier Sweat. He'd be more of a nose though for you, I feel like. But I mean, like it's tough because they run a 3-4, so you need that heavy edge. That's tough. Terry Benson. I mean, he's still on the board. I like that. I don't remember. I'd love to add Tavondre Sweat, but he'd be more of a nose for you if anything. He's that type of. He's a big guy, and it's hard to be at 366 rushing off the edge. Like it's the truth. That's the honest truth. So I think Terry Benson makes a lot of sense here. Getting back on it. Scrolling through this. He's 6'3". He's still lighter. You'd like close to a big guy. Christian Montgomery at Boston College. I could see that being the other guard and filling out that role. Still need some other key pieces. I think Teron Harper out of Missouri would be a nice playmaker for them. To be an inside linebacker to fill out the inside back linebacker role. So I think that's the role I'm gonna go. And then let's see. Um, do you think someone that's a light guy? He'd be more. I mean, if you really want, you could probably have Jefferson play that edge role because he kind of played that for LSU. It was weird. The way LSU ran their defense was a little weird. But I mean that's kind of the. I think I will go that. That's kind of the position you are looking for if you are the Giants to fill out that role. Um, Still need a backup tackle, a backup center, and two receiver and two linebackers. Safety now, could get Trice Knight. That'd be a nice addition. Which I think I will do if he's still on the board and he's not. Okay, he's off the board. That's nice. All right, let's see. Justin BK. Ooh, Aaron Casey is still on the board. Not as doesn't have the RS score that people like, but he will provide depth for you. So we'll go for it. Let's see. I think that's all the picks. Okay, let's get into it. So this is a draft I went through. I kind of talked about my opinions on stuff. Look, they technically need two defensive ends, but one's more of a defensive tackle, and then one's more of a defensive end hybrid. It's weird the way 3-4s are. That's kind of how they are. Like I said, I did address the interior positions for the Giants. I addressed running back, I addressed linebacker and depth. And then we dipped in free agency and re-signed a receiver as well. Re-signed their cornerback and re-signed the star safety with having cap left. So let me know what y'all think. Tell me some free agency signings that you think the Giants will go after and some things like that. Let me know. And also let me know about the mock draft. Let me know your opinions on that. Other than that, thank you all for watching, and I will talk to y'all next time.